Welcome to GC Cars. My name is Eric.
And I'm Jesse.
And it's the 400 plus horsepower Volvo XC40 Recharge. All right, XC40 Recharge. We've just tested the hybrid gasoline variant, and we did not like the hybrid engine really a lot. So this has two electric motors instead. Or maybe we're gonna like that a little more. We're gonna find out today, of course, but because we've just tested it, we're gonna exterior interior, we're going to do really quickly. If you want to have the full one, just click a top right corner. I think that's up there for the full review at the end. And then we're going to drive it, of course. And that's when the big difference, hopefully, start showing.
Cloud blue.
Cloud blue, not a cloud and sky.
But a cloud right here.
And yeah, last time we were confused on what color we had because Volvo didn't tell us. And it's all various shades of gray. This is actually cloud blue. So this is cloud blue. And I think we had the same. I don't know.
I'm actually a fan of this color. It's nice.
Yeah, and it's honestly, it's a good looking SUV. The only thing that's different here is we don't have a grille. We have a thingy here.
Color match.
It's a good looking car. I saw one black on black the other day. Looked sharp. But I think we should hop in the interior.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, inside the XC40 Recharge, and this is very familiar.
Similar experience. Overall, it's nothing overly luxurious. It's very similar to what we're used to. We are giving up wood here for a plastic trim with some kind of topographical pattern on here, which is...
It's cool at night because it's backlit.
Cheaper, but it's not bad looking.
No, we still have soft touch materials, right? And the port spots. We got the carpet. It's not blue this time though. So now it's black. Piano black.
Yeah, my least favorite thing of every car.
Appreciate it, but it actually surrounds my least favorite thing in this interior. The infotainment, which watch our other review for a deep dive on this, but it has outdated. It has plenty of UX and user interface issues. It requires too many tabs, no Android Auto, and and beyond that, we also don't have a start-stop button. Which, if you get in the car, you can put in drive away. If you stop the car and get out, it automatically turns off. Sounds great on paper. With the hybrid version, we had the problem that it didn't want to start for 5 minutes. No matter what we did, we had to I think get in and out 5 times or 6 times.
You can set a timer, which we just found out.
Yeah, so if you want to, at least if you want to warm up your car, like if you want to free it of snow or something, you can go into your climate menu, parking, and that is nice. But it's just give me a start-stop button. Just redundancy is important. Actually, we got a wireless charger. Wow. Unlike in the V60 wireless charger, we have a usable center console with a little garbage bin, which is that's a big improvement on some of the other Volvos. And I would say comfy seats.
Pretty comfy seats, yeah.
Heated, not ventilated. You can get the wool seats in here, which I would very much recommend you if you want to buy this car. Get the wool seats, which leaves us with the rear seats, which are comfy.
2 of them have decent space,
but
there is a transmission tunnel with no transmission.
Yeah, I'm assuming we put batteries in this one, but yeah, it definitely does really mean it's not really a 5-seater. It's more like a 4 1/4 seater. Big sunroof. Yep. But let's try to use some 400 horsepower and see how quick this subcompact goes.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, out in the XC40 Recharge twin motor. Let's brake torque and see how quick we go.
Holy yep.
Yeah, oh, there we go.
Noises there, but...
Yeah, it does make some interesting noises. This is, to be fair, 60% battery.
That was fast enough.
But that was definitely fast enough. All of our camera equipment in the back just shot back. So yeah, we have a dual motor setup, one in the front, one in the back. Combined output 402 horsepower, 494 pound-feet of torque, which I think is probably the most we have ever had in a subcompact SUV.
It's good for 4.3 seconds to 100, which is or 60 miles per hour if you're American.
Which is pretty good. And if we're just going to straighten around and if
that'll get you to the grocery store pretty quick.
Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty quick. Fun fact: this was refreshed in a way from last year, from the 23 model year, because the single motor, you can get it a single or dual motor, used to be in the front, so it used to be front wheel drive, and they were like, you know what, let's put it into the rear. The single motor actually gets a slightly larger battery at around 81 kilowatt hours, a little bit more range, but the dual motor upgrade is only 2.5K. And you get slightly less range, double the horsepower, all-wheel drive, and you actually do get a front.
Shockingly.
So honestly, I would take the $2,500 and go for the dual motor. I think it's worth it.
Yeah, I mean it's
pretty good. It's pretty good.
Depends if you care about speed.
Yes, I mean it's a fast EV. Ooh, wow, new concept right here. But no, and it's electric motors. It drives extremely smoothly, and the brake the accelerator paddle makes sure that you drive extremely smoothly.
Yikes! We'll talk about that, I guess, after this handling test.
Oh yeah, let's go.
goes the handle.
Handle test, handling test. No sport mode, obviously. But let's see, break in and. Oh yeah. Oh, Volvo.
You can feel that rear-wheel drive there.
Oh, Volvo. You make good dynamics. That I got to give that to Volvo.
That's good.
They're always tail happy. Yeah, that was nice. That was really nice.
But back on that freaking accelerator pedal, it's like a grandma's pedal. No offense to the grandmas out there, but
you literally have to press like 50% of the pedal.
it's like
to
4
get
or 5
moving.
inches just to move at all.
It's so bad. It's really bad. It's kind of frustrating because an electric car should be very linear.
It's the opposite of a normal EV.
Yeah, and it's just like so mushy. It's like, ugh.
Especially in a car with this much power, right? Like
You
all of that
expect
power is the
that.
last 1 inch of the pedal.
Yeah, it's like, nope.
So yeah, you end up like from a red light, you end up people behind you are probably like, what the hell is this guy doing?
Yeah, like it does take a while to get used. I'll be honest, I got used to it. I'm kind of annoyed actually that I got used to it because this is the worst pedal calibration I've felt in a long time. I find the brakes to be very touchy. The accelerator is very just like non-linear at all. It just takes forever to get anywhere.
The last 30% of the brakes are like...
Yeah, it's just very sudden stop. But speaking of sudden stops, should we stop and get you
Let's
behind the
suddenly
drive?
stop and we'll switch.
All right. Oh, yeah, well, there we go. There we go. There we the
There we
accelerator.
go.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Woo! Woo!
That's fun. That's fun.
Yeah.
It still doesn't make up for that gas pedal though.
Accelerator.
Accelerator.
Sorry.
That's too many syllables.
But yeah. So with the EV-ness out of the way, we're gonna get to charging and range here in a second. Let's talk about some of the daily driving aspects like noise and suspension after we felt the brake pedal.
Yeah. It just. No. No. Oh no. Sorry. No.
I just don't understand it. How can you make one pedal really sensitive, the other one just completely dead?
Just when you feel you have it figured out, it just jams on you.
Yeah. And
No.
then nailed it in the V60 we had last week. The Recharge V6 nailed it. And now this, I don't know, whatever. Suspension-wise, I haven't spent a week with it. I actually find it to be pretty comfy.
I'd say a tad on the firm side, but nothing.
Maybe a little.
Nothing deal breaker-ish. Not a word,
Yeah.
but nothing deal breaker-ish for me.
But, I mean, you can never overcome the short wheelbase, right? It's always going to be a little, like, easy to upset.
And regarding road noise, I'll say it's slightly above average. Like, I mean above average noise-wise.
For a luxury car at this price point, I would say yes. Like, if you just look at subcompacts, it's not bad, but there's a little bit more wind noise than I would like. And of course, you don't have the engine to offset it.
Right.
So you're a little more sensitive to the whole thing. And in terms of notable tech, just got to come to a stop here first.
Let's give her a little send here. Yep.
Yeah, that's quick. That was quick. Notable tech, Volvo Pilot Assist, their lane centering works really well, unfortunately coupled to cruise control, so you can't do it separately, which I don't like. And the detection of your hand on the steering wheel isn't really good, so you got to do the wiggle, which is a bit annoying, kind of negates the whole purpose of the, I think, from the driving segment.
We don't have a heads-up display.
Yeah, Volvo.
2024?
I don't know why Volvo hates head-up displays so much, especially safety. It's safer to not look off the road, but sure, who am I? Who am I to judge? Which leaves us with range and charging.
Which is subpar.
Yes, unfortunately. So we have a 78 kilowatt hour battery. Yes, this is a dual motor. You can get a little more range in the single motor, but
we are sitting at 55% right now, which leaves us with 170 kilometers of range, which is about 100 miles.
Yeah, they're slightly above 100. Yeah, somewhere around there. And that's on a decent day. I've seen 100% charge sub 300 kilometer range on colder days here in the winter, and that's not really good.
If you're in California or something, you'll have a longer range.
Maybe like 360. I would say like 360, 370 is optimal here.
Still below average.
But yeah, it's like everything sub 400 gives me range anxiety. I'm sorry. It's just like we're at 55% and I started the day at 90. Like we still have a lot of driving to do, so I might have to charge on the way back, which is, we're not driving that far.
No.
And all that though, like generally there's a lot. I think it's comfy. There's still a lot of good thing. The only thing left is we having a good value.
Should I just drive into a tree now, or?
Yeah, might as well. This thing costs just shy of $80,000.
Canadian.
Yeah. No. Listen. If a subcompact SUV costs $80,000, it better has a Rolls-Royce badge.
It better do everything right.
Yeah.
And wow.
No.
As with Volvo, it's like 90% good and the 10% bad, but the 10% bad really
Yeah, they always
sours
like
the experience.
it's almost always a deal breaker somewhere in there. It's like 8, and I was like, I got into this. I was like, okay, this is the dual motor, high horsepower. I'm just gonna give Volvo the benefit of the doubt and talk about it and basically compare it to a single motor, which is probably gonna be a much cheaper option. Turns out that dual motor is only a $2,500 option, which I mean, hey, it's cool. You can get the high horsepower for less, for very little money.
Very low total, very low add-on, but very, very high total.
Yeah, but so you do a dual motor, you're still at $77,000, and like, that's ridiculous. That's just that's just stupid. That's a stupid amount of money.
It's very questionable.
Yeah, of course, incentives, and depending on where you live, you might get incentives, although incentives start to vanish here in Canada slowly because people are getting off the EVs a little bit right now. My honest opinion is either get an Ioniq 5.
Or my favorite.
Yeah, the
GV70.
Yeah, I think this is the over-under, right? You want to save more money? Ioniq 5, more range, more tech, honestly a very similar interior, and you're going to pay less money, and it's a bigger car. Or GV70, which is like 5K more, much nicer.
Much nicer all around.
Yeah.
Faster.
Faster, better tech, about the same range, maybe a little more. Also a bigger SUV, so you have more storage. That does not make any sense.
And I'm going to argue that both of them have nicer interiors, in my opinion.
I think the Ioniq is on par.
Okay.
I would say on par.
Better infotainment.
Better infotainment,
right?
Better tech, ventilated seats, more range.
So better in my opinion.
Yeah, like this doesn't make any, the gasoline hybrid was already a stretch at 60. The same car for 80, no. Yeah, it's fast, but so is every other SUV. EV.
It's they missed the mark on this one. There's no other way to put it.
I think so, unfortunately, but hey.
Thank you for watching this video on JC Cars.
Pure testosterone! Oh! What the is this piece of shit?
If you guys like the video, don't forget to hit the bell and subscribe. Should I just drive into a tree now, or?
And we'll see you next Friday at 8:15 a.m. Eastern for a whole lot more fun. Bye-bye.